Hey guys, welcome back to Chattin with D. I'm here at Lehman College for La India's anniversary tour. Stay tuned. Wow, La India, thank you for coming on to my show and sharing your trials and tribulations with the youth.
I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you.
Thank you for coming
And you're
on.
all grown and all beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
I'm excited because I know that you've been doing a lot of great work and you've been interviewing a lot of great artists, and I'm glad to be a part of your growth.
Thank you.
As a journalist,
It really means
and whatever you want to do in life, I'm here for you.
Thank you. And
So,
growing up and like hearing everything
yeah.
about my grandfather, about Mercado,
That's
and my
right.
mother, the Mercado, and of course my
Those
father.
were the good years.
Coming from the Bronx, tell me your history and tell me how everything got started.
Well, you know, the Bronx is where I was raised. You know, I was born in Puerto Rico, and you know, we were raised here. And basically, I started always singing. Singing was a part of my life because, you know, everyone in my family were either musicians or singers.
Yeah.
We always had music in our life, and it was very versatile. You know, we'd be listening to Aretha Franklin, Marvin Gaye, and then listening to Fania, Celia Cruz, Hector Lavoe, Ruben Blades, and El Gran Combo, etc., etc. So I was listening to all types of music, and also in the 80s, the whole thing about punk music.
Yeah.
With Generation X, and then Billy Idol came out, and MTV, the growth of MTV. I was able to see a lot of great rock and roll artists that I like, especially through punk music.
Yeah.
And then like the birth of hip hop in the South Bronx. You know, like I'm good friends with Rich Colon. I don't know if you know him, Crazy Legs from Rock City Crew.
Okay, yes, yes.
He's a living legend.
Keep it there. Keep it there. Party people, party people.
During the time Africa Bambaataa was really famous in the 80s, Zulu Nation, I went to audition at 7 years old to his house to sing, which was cute.
Yeah, just hit me. Just hit the phone and hit me.
And I was just a little girl,
Yeah.
you know. I just got a good compliment, and it was like, great to meet you,
took it
and,
from there,
and I hope
yeah.
your dreams come true, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until I started going out, and then at the time my cousin was going out with Little Lee Vega, and we all used to hang out, and he was the person, you know, like a hero for us, because he was, you know, was a new time, dance music, freestyle, hip hop was doing great.
So how did you get started with my grandfather, Ralph Mercado?
Well, you know, he was a great promoter, and so he had Thursday nights at the Palladium.
Oh, okay.
It's for salsa night.
Okay, yes.
And then, but it was like an opening act of the freestyle world. And he hired me, and he liked what he saw. You know, he's always been a person that's been, you know, straightforward, in your face, and he would tell you if he liked you. If he didn't like you, he wouldn't look your way. You know, but I was lucky enough to get his attention that he liked the show, and he came up to me. He says, "Young lady, you have potential."
Yeah.
And he says, "I know I'm gonna be seeing you more often." David Maldonado at the time was working, emerging a label with your grandpa.
Oh, yes.
Okay? And this was something that was going to be different. They were already thinking of me before they even opened the label. And I was lucky enough to work my way to the top through my talent. There was times I had, you know, they knew that I had attitude, and that they had, and then your grandpa had attitude, and we would fight a lot. But Debbie, because he didn't think that I was gonna get along with your mother. He was like, "I don't think I can have Debbie and India together." And it turns out that Debbie and I got along because it was that in-your-face kind of thing that I liked. You know, yes.
Yeah.
And we ended up doing great projects, and then I met your father, and he's a kindred spirit,
Yes.
you know, and so forth. So we met each other, and it was like family, you know. It was like Tito was like a part of the game too. He wanted to be in on it, you know.
Any challenges you face in this music industry and as a woman, and how do you gain respect?
By not letting them mess with me, you know, by being professional. If I got to be at a certain time, like today I came early because I had to do the interview with you and everyone else, meet and greet. And if you are professional, you know, everything is going to be okay. If you're not, you know they're going to tear you down, be like, oh, she tried to be too cute before her time. And so you have to prove yourself.
How did you get the name La Princesa de Salsa?
Wow, that was pretty interesting. I think it was after the second album, it blew up, you know, in sales. And so I think after that, you know, Celia, Tito, everyone was like, she's the princess now.
What is one thing on your bucket list that you want to do before this year ends?
I think continue being on tour,
Living
you know,
life to the fullest.
Absolutely, and of course singing. What I love to do. What I'm gonna do in a couple of minutes.
What advice do you have for the youth in this industry?
To educate themselves, to respect their elders, respect themselves, and respect others. Love you, and I love this beautiful. Look at her. It's a sweetheart. I wish you the best.
Thank you, Andy.
I really do.
Thank you.
This again.